guys, welcome back. So today's video is an I Heart makeup haul. So you guys know that I love I Heart makeup. Like, I use their palettes probably in about 90% of my tutorials. I don't know, I just think they're such a great product. They're so affordable. I think each palette is right around $14 and they're so pigmented. I've swapped them out for pretty much all of my other palettes. Like, I don't use my Naked palette anymore. I don't use my Lorac Pro palette anymore. I strictly pretty much just use I Heart makeup, which is kind of boring. Like, I should totally be using different things and, you know, broadening my horizons, but I just really I'm obsessed with them right now, so I'm just going to use them. So in this video, I will be showing you guys the 5 palettes that I purchased, and I'll be, of course, swatching each one because, like, let's be real, that's what we're all here for. And I will just kind of break down each palette for you and tell you what it's all about. So if you guys want to see what I got from I Heart Makeup, then please keep watching. So the first palette that I'm going to talk to you guys about is the Black Velvet palette, and mine collected a little bit of hair because I've been carrying it around with me for the past couple weeks testing it out. The packaging is actually velvet, which is so cute. They always have the best packaging, and it has a big gaudy diamond here, which I love. So you open it up, and we have these shades right here. This is like the perfect palette for either an everyday look or a super smoky, dramatic look. Every palette has a nice big mirror here. Let me just try and angle it so it doesn't blind you. Yeah, a really nice big mirror. Look at my freaking mess. Can you guys see my mess? Okay, we're done. Anyways, so yeah, we have a good selection of matte shades. We have a few shimmers. I would say a majority of this palette is matte, but what's nice about it is they have a really nice large matte black up here and a nice matte cream shade down here. I feel like every palette should have a matte cream, a matte black, and like a shimmery gold shade, and it's just complete. Like, you can bring it wherever and get the perfect look. So like I said, you can create a really natural look with this palette, or you can create a super vampy look with this palette. I would say that majority of the colors in this palette are cool tones, and there's a couple warm ones thrown in there. So overall, this palette is awesome. If you go for that smoky, dramatic look, you're gonna love this palette. Next up, we have the Death by Chocolate palette, and these are the chocolate bar palettes. Like, I'm obsessed with them because they're shaped like chocolate bars. Like, how cute is that? They have them all different colors. The rest of the palettes I'm going to talk to you guys about are chocolate bar palettes. So anyways, this is the Death by Chocolate palette, and we open him up. I actually already broke this one. I don't know how I did it, but can you see that? Anyways, inside we have a variety of just really beautiful bronzy shades, some really pretty nude shades. You'll get the perfect like Kim K look with this palette because you have your classic like copper, you have some matte mauves in there for the transition shade, of course matte black, which is really, really nice. Everything that you need to create a day-to-day look or like a sexy, bronzy, smoky look. I really like the variety of transition shades they put in there. They put in a nice cool tone one, they put in a warm one, and they put in a really nice cool toned matte dark brown, so you can really carve out your crease. So once again, like a great staple palette if you are looking for something that you can just bring with you when you're traveling and get everything that you need out of it. This is a good palette. Alright, next up we have the Chocolate and Peaches palette, and this has turned out to be one of my favorite ones. In the beginning, I purchased this one and I wasn't really expecting to love it. I just got it because it was pink and I have issues, but it turned out to be one of my favorite palettes, and I will show you why. So inside we have a variety of like really beautiful warm tone mattes. We have a couple pinky shimmery shades and your classic like bronze shades right here. So this is not your typical palette to get a super dramatic look from. You're gonna get more of a natural look from this palette. We do have a couple dark ones in this corner, so you can vamp it up a little bit, but most of the shades are more light and airy looking. I really love this shade up here. This is a really beautiful kind of, I would say it's like almost a mauve-y camel color. It's really unique. I don't have any colors like this, so I use this in my transition all the time. It also has just a classic taupey brown right up here. I would say this is an awesome palette for the summertime. It just has everything you need, and pink is really in this season, so it has some really nice warm tones in there and a couple pink shades. So I feel like this will be like the summer palette for me. Next up we have the Chocolate Vice palette, and packaging is just black and it looks like a chocolate bar, and then on the inside this is like a showstopper. This is super pretty, guys. So we have, once again, I feel like all the palettes that I've talked about so far have a really nice mix of mattes and shimmers, so you can get the perfect look, because I feel like I hate when palettes only have shimmers or only have mattes. I like a little bit of both in it, so this is the perfect mix. We have, once again, some pinky shades. I like the transition shades they put in this one. They put a good mix of warm tone transitions and cool tones, so you can kind of, you know, get a different look from each shade. And you can get a pretty dramatic look from this palette, but I would say it's going to be more of a neutral, like medium dramatic. There's no matte blacks in it. There's no super dark matte browns. The darkest matte brown is right over here, and it's really nice. It's more of a cool tone, a chocolatey matte brown. And what I like is they included some nice highlight shades. They have your classic gold and like a really nice coppery brown shade up here. Yeah, so I feel like this is definitely like another great palette. So far, all the palettes that I've talked about are great for everyday looks or a decently dramatic look. So I feel like you can't go wrong with this palette either. Super pretty. And the final palette is the Golden Bar, and this is the cause to this whole purchase. I saw this on my news feed and I was like, oh my god, what is that? So I purchased it and I really love it, but there is one downfall, and that is that there are no mattes in this palette, which is really... It sucks because I can't bring it with me if I just want to have like a one and done palette. I have to bring this palette and another palette because, you know, you need that transition shade. You need a nice matte shade in your crease. But they're so beautiful, like it doesn't even matter. Like it's worth it to buy this palette because there are some really unique shimmery shades in this palette. One of my favorites is right here. This is just a really nice creamy... Ooh, my nails. Oh my gosh. I hope you guys can't see that. But anyways, this one is a really nice, like, white, shimmery shade. I love to pop it in my inner tear duct. It really just makes it pop. Another one of my favorites is this one right here. It's just kind of like a mauve-y, shimmery brown shade. Like, this is my go-to color as of lately. It's like a nice warm tone, soft, shimmery brown. So lots of really beautiful colors in here. I feel like this will go with a lot of skin types, especially darker skin types. I feel like this palette would be perfect for you. These golds right here would be everything. Like, oh my gosh. I can't necessarily like rock them because I feel like my skin is too light, but I do think this is an amazing palette. I just wish that there were some matte shades in it. So that is all of the palettes I have to talk to you guys about today, but all in all I would say each one is totally worth the money. There's not like a single dud in any of the palettes. I will say the best way for me to apply the eyeshadows is with an actual brush. I will say in my previous video that I posted a couple months ago on the another iHeart Makeup haul, a few of my subscribers said that they find it works better if they apply the shimmer shades with their fingers. But for me, it works with a brush. So I guess it's kind of a personal preference, what you feel works best for you. So try each one out. If you feel like it's not working with your finger, try it with a brush. And, you know, I find that it just looks so much more pigmented because usually when I apply my shimmer shades in any other palette, I apply the shimmer with my finger just because I feel like it makes it more vibrant and it makes it more pigmented. But for some reason with these palettes, I found that it just works better with a brush. So anyways, I feel like I've been ranting. So anyways, if you guys like these types of videos, go ahead and thumbs up it and I will make more for you. But that's really all I have to say. They're awesome palettes and I totally recommend them. I'm gonna sneeze. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, then please subscribe to it and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.